quickly we try to make this recording. We're having all kinds of trouble trying to make this recording, lots of interference. But we want to tell you a few things. We had, uh, we're going to show you a picture. Our family was hurt in the salon. And the people that came and shot our family members, there's a long time ago and shot our little kids, said they come back and try to rape and kill me and my beloved husband. And well, the bad Americans and that dwarf thing, should let you know that too. They also were caught with tons of bank heist money, tainted money with the ink spots on it. They showed up around the time, but they said, so we just let you. They had that money, like the enormous man. He also had tainted money. You know, it was American money. So how would they come like that with money tainted with the ink spots on it from the bank heist and the serial numbers? So I just want to let you know that too. They're criminal and they're old and they try to kill us and try to take our things, and all they do is arrest and lie. Mr. Ted, want to let you too. They're really criminal, really bad. In a salon, they came and they shot and they killed our Saudi family member. They killed another family member at the restaurant that we're telling you about. That we became part owners of. Shop now fell out the window, by the way, together. And we think that maybe the woman, the dwarf woman, pushed us, and we fell. But we had to go to the hospital because we were kind of injured, and but we were all right. So I want to let that too. The criminal people do anything for money. They lie, they cheat, they murder, they steal, they do any kind of thing. Anything they can try to do. The bad Americans are really disgusting. I think we all call them cheap and disgusting. Every last single one. They do anything for money, including prostitute, and we don't accept any of those things. So we're trying to make a recording really quickly to you. They think that it's normal that you talk about sex all day and what they do in their dirty, nasty bedrooms. There's something wrong with that. We're going to make it illegal to talk to people like that. They'll be picked up for harassment, and it's wrong. They can't talk to strange people like that about what they do in their bedroom. And well, you know, we know that something happened in the population on this earth, and that God is fixing all the things. Nobody will harass like this anymore. And nobody arrests with false gods or anything else. It's really wrong. So I'm trying to read these notes really quick because I don't want to I don't want to do anything to read these notes really quickly and try to post this for you. The Shaheen is black. That's Houthi. You know, they were trying to make the Houthi they were trying to make these people that showed up. It's Aliyah, the Houthi. Shaheen is also Aliyah. So when led to they got caught trying to plot. I understand Arabic. They're not from here, and we know that they killed King Hussein. At our party was King Hussein and all of our rest of our relatives, and they came and they tried to shoot everybody, but they were gonna they weren't able to because obviously people came to try to stop them, and they gave death threats to Shabi and me. How they would try to kidnap us and rape and kill us. And they shot 2 of our family members in the salon, so they were halted. But there's nobody that thought that thing was anything but a grown thing. And so basically that dwarf, she's that man's wife, basically. And so the other dwarf, and everybody knows that they're not little kids. We told you it's $1 million a shot to get that shot. The stars that have money get the shot. It rots the brain, and the brain becomes stagnant. It doesn't grow. And there's no way to be able to fix that because it's probably most likely permanent brain damage. So it's really, really wrong. And it's wrong that people try to use whores and prostitutes to run the world and homosexuals. It's not going to be. Also, people saw me doing something. It's holy ground. Everybody knows what I do. Shopping, our king and queen of a very large kingdom, last forever and ever, destroyed of people, and we are going to be, and all of our blood royal family, because the people are going to be. And we're going to live for eternity. And we're going to worship only God, who's God alone, and not the butt of a dirt thing or any other criminal thing that wants to be in our place of our God, the place of me and my beloved feet, and our family, kids, people. Because it's obvious that people are trying to be in the place of my husband and be in a place of me and trying to take things. I'm not stupid that all these dirty people are trying to tell these lies, but they're actually trying to kill us. See how the homosexuals are really dirty, and they're very, very dangerous. The Gatling gun can be taken apart. We know that comes from America. Obviously know what they tried to do. We also want to, so the enormous man was still trying to. He's with the dwarfs and all those dirty people. He's looking out the window and trying to do things and trying to do bad things. They waited until I got ready to record this to try to make noise. We know that they're just really wrong. So basically said they killed King Hussein. All the people used to attack him and get smart and try to cover it up. They killed King Abdullah and Queen Rania. They raped her. The enormous man did all those things, and the bad Americans and that Manson person. You know, he makes faces like Charles Manson. You know the faces Charles Manson would make on TV? He makes the same faces. Where did he get that from? So we just want to let you, they're trying to send signals. They're trying to kill my husband and me. Shelby's my husband. They're trying to kill Shelby and my family people. They're really quite wrong. They do terrible things to us. The bad people try to hurt us, try to take our things. They try to take over, and they try to do things. The holy ground spits out the dirt, and so it makes it easier for us to see the dirt. So we just want to let you that too. And now a couple of things I wanted to say. Let's see. This thing runs really quickly. I made notes, but I scribble like a doctor. And so I guess that's it. We wanted to I want to talk to some professors that were really, really quite beautiful that taught me. And basically said the mythological things, it's not myth. The fallen angels, story of fallen angels. So everybody know I went to prove that the Bible existed, but we did. But we had already done that. I had no memory, and professors were there to help me. Also, my writing professors taught me how to write in English, and the psychology professor, psychology. Okay, psychology is a science if it's a biblical science that you apply to psychology. For when a person commits a terrible crime like hurt their mother or father or rape, the neurons break. When they become homosexual, the neurons break in the brain and they don't transmit correctly. We know I showed you neurons. So that would be a science. And so the medical part, I don't think you're going to be connecting those neurons with any medicine. It just sort of like subdues it because the actual thing you're supposed to do is kill the person that does those things as biblical law. So because you're not supposed to hurt your parent. You're not supposed to go around raping and killing people because you think you can. You're not supposed to go around being a homosexual and doing dirty things to people because they can't. All they talk about, is anybody seeing that, is that what they do in their dirty bed all day. I'm so sick of hearing dirt. So said, and we know that there are holy people that will be. And so said, and everybody with us, me and my beloved sisters, keep speaking our family, because the people we will make it. So I just want to let you that too. Okay, so now another thing. And anybody that worships things God, God's not going to be. And really, people are really sick to think that God dies for them. No. God will kill you for being dirty. So we just want to tell people that too. And so I guess that's about it. Let's see. Oh, okay. The enormous man, he attacked a man. We're going to mention these three people. He raped a man and his wife. He hurt the man. They were going to try to go to some place new. The man had a government job, but before they get dressed and ready to go, it's the saddest thing. He came down the street and said he found his wife dead. They hadn't even done the part they're supposed to do. They said they were going to go away and have a ceremony. Her throat was cut. Obviously, it was the enormous man who did that. Somebody trying to hurt people. The enormous man is a devil, and everybody that accepts that is a devil. He's really sick. He does things, and you see him doing the bad things, and it's like he makes it seem like it's all right. We saw him kill those people during a kidnap abduction. He pretends like it didn't happen, and the police know he actually raped Queen Rania. So this is one of the terrible things, and the bad people try to hurt me and my beloved sisters, and family, and since people try to take our things, they did terrible things, and everybody's got to know that it's the end of time for all bad things, like those angels that appeared. Because the angel said when we saw him again, it'd be the end of time for all bad things. And this is what else he did with each other last time. He dyed his hair black, but you can see part of it white. You cannot dye white hair black and then take the white hair, the dark black hair, black dye out, and their hair is completely white. Not even with henna. It's going to be, not even with henna, it's going to be a residue of the black henna. Henna has to grow out too. It seals the hair shaft actually, and it doesn't come out. So basically said, and so we just let that to that angel. He's really old. He doesn't have a wrinkly face, but you can't tell. He's so old, but you can't tell how old he is. Just know he's old. So we just will let you to. So I know there's more than 5, and it's the angels from the book of Joel, and they will get you for the slightest thing that you, any slightest sin that you commit, because that's what the book of Joel is about. That all the people that are sinful go away, and there'll never ever be another need for that, because in the time for all bad things, and all the wicked will leave. And so, Dad, when I asked her, I was a little girl, my husband's father said, and the girl said, "You asked for that?" I said, "Yeah, I asked for that because I'm sick of all the bad things, and I want the bad things to go away so we live for eternity." So when we saw in the God particle some of the things, we saw the angels that came from the book of Joel, and they punished you for the things that you've done. You know, we're going to live for eternity. Me and my beloved sisters speak in our family. We live for eternity. A beautiful family, our kingdom, we live for eternity too. We live for eternity. Our kingdom lasts forever. Never destroyed it. Never test people. We live for eternity. So uh, we saw it in the God protocol and in the reactor, they punish you for things that you may have done. So it said, and but we live for eternity. We're gonna live for eternity. The man that was raped by the enormous man, he raped his wife and hurt the man and his wife. Um, God said the man will go, he will come back, his wife will come back, and they'll be. So he made it, even though he has to go because he was really hurt, and so he's still around. And so he said also the Russian man, he's Russian and he's Arab and Russian. He's a henchman. He's a executioner. So the one of the times he had to execute, it really tore him up. And the executors like to execute. They never like to do that, but they know that they do it. So it hurt him, as it said. So he sort of like never recovered from that. And so as I said, so we just want to let you know why he's like that. And so he would want to go, I guess, or not want to go, but he was hurt terribly, and he just kind of like wasn't right after the execution that he's a Russian executioner, so he would have to. They tell the court of law, so that would be their way of also executing by telling the court that the person has to be executed for the crime that they committed. But they said so. The executioner never likes that. They told us that. No, it's not the money. It's not anything. It's just that they hate, like the woman in Saudi Arabia who raped her own daughter and killed her. Her daughter was 7 years old. She evidently told on the woman. They weren't from Saudi Arabia. So Sabi and I saw the execution. We told you about it. The husband cut off her head. She was still talking. She said, was her head cut off? And he said, yes. He picked it up, put it in the bucket. He said he put it on the truck. He said he really hated that when they committed a crime and they don't want to die and they killed people. It's just really disgusting how they did stuff to people. And when it's their turn to go and pay for the crime, they want to do that. So we know that they hurt when they have to do that, but they know that it's something that they have to do. So he had to execute or have a person executed, and he didn't. He had to do that, and obviously hurt him plus whatever else he had to do to have the person executed. And other people don't understand execution, but it is biblically based. Like in England, they hang and quarter you, and they still do it. And people have a choice, but it's biblical. They cut you in 4 pieces, hang you in a square. So people look at it, and they never ever do that again. It's just it. No, it puts a fear in people, and that's what execution is about. And nobody cares about anybody telling anybody about not to do that, because we don't want homos and whores and everything running rampant, doing things and taking straight people and trying to kill them because they won't change and be homos and whores and do dirty things. We're not going to be the bad people. So just want to let you know. And also there's another man. He was like, what's the use? The enormous man was just really bad. Somebody that he saw, and we just call him the enormous man. The fake man, Eilet's real husband. She was bad too. She had a demon inside of her. So we want to just explain these things to you. And he was like, what's the use? He just wanted to give up. So we mentioned those 3 people that they would most likely go and then get cleansed by God and then come back. So we're gonna mention that, but it's especially about the man and his wife, how God had me explain. So we just want to let you to psych professor, the neurons break. So basically, so with the biblical science, it is a science. There are biblical scientists. So we happen to be those. Okay, so we just let that too. Now, we'll talk to you as soon as we can. Try to be careful, safe, and on alert. And we'll speak to you as soon as we can. But the people are really sick. There's no way I'm going to blah, 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 and be accepted. Because we're going to do what God says. Me and my beloved subscribers, me and our family, because people are going to be, and our beautiful animals of the kingdom, we're going to be the good people and live for eternity, because the bad people are going to go away. Holy ground spits out dirt. So much I said. And it's easier to see. And our whole entire kingdom's holy. And the people that are wicked are not going to escape, and they don't understand. They just think, I don't see how they don't understand that. Can't you see that there's something wrong with you? That all you talk about is dirty sex all day, dirty sex all night? Harassing people on the street about this dirty stuff that you do that everybody knows is wicked. So just wanted to, and all the other wicked stuff that you do. And how they're going to take somebody's life if they don't accept that. But the bad Americans, it's a sodomite nation. And every state is same sex they want to be. Our people come out who can make it and did not assimilate. We're the remnant. Okay, but she said they tried to. My husband said, my beloved keep up sometimes. Shabbat said they tried to make the whole entire planet homosexual. Well, it's not going to be. But because our Tanakh and Torah says that's not going to be, and we're the straight people, and Bishop said, and we. Shabby and I are together for eternity. We're beloved husband and wife with each other for eternity. There will be no other with us that way. And everybody's going to have their own mate because that's what God intended. God intended that. You can't get around that with Adam and Eve. Our Saudi royal family always did that too. But that's it. And God made allowance for things so people could find their own mate. Shabby and I are mates for eternity. And everybody was such a mate for eternity. People will find their own. It's not something that you see with somebody else that you're going to try to covet and take. Because it's not for you to do. That's a sin. But that's it. And you're hurting two people that love each other. And you're trying to just do something you know you're never going to get that. But that's it. So Shabby and I together for eternity. We love each other for eternity. We love each other for eternity, and we'll be for eternity. And everybody with us will have the same. Our family members took their mates like that for all eternity, and they will be. Our family members will hurt. They'll come back and be with the family members that they're to be with all eternity. And that's what it's going to be because that's what God intended. Okay, so if I forgot some things I was supposed to say to you, we'll write them later. And so, based on it, we'll talk to you since we can, all right?